So here's why I'm hopeful things will be different this time. There are a few variables that have changed. First being my program of choice, and then second being location, obviously. So in terms of the program, when I went to Berklee College of Music in Boston, I went for a major in songwriting. Then in 2021, I was admitted to this school in Canada called Huron. It's a college. That's part of the school I ended up attending physically in 2023, which is called Western University. So at Huron, I applied for a major in psychology. And then when I attended Western, I returned back to music. Oh, just kidding, there's two of them. Bye-bye. I returned to music at Western, where the major was called Popular Music Studies. So the objective is by your fourth year, you would have produced and written an EP. And that was fully what I was gonna do until, obviously I had to come back. So from there, now I've returned from Western University in the middle of 2023. And at that point I was like, is it the music thing? Is it Canada? And that's a whole other story in terms of when I was in Canada, what I believed God was saying to me, because I really didn't want to be there. I wanted to come back home. But I felt that this was something that God wanted me to sacrifice and surrender. Like me coming back home was my Isaac, if you know the story in Genesis 22. So if I surrendered South Africa and just obeyed God to, basically immigrate to Canada, then at some point I would return. Obviously that wasn't the case because I left Canada and I'm still here. And so with the rest of 2023, it was about, okay, what the heck did I hear or think I heard in Canada? And how do I move forward? What am I going to do in 2024? And so beautifully enough, I watched this sermon that was talking about purpose from CRC, which is Christian Revival Church. And the pastor, his name is Advocacy, he was talking about how your career should be based on passion, not money. And then there's a whole theological reason why, right? But while watching the sermon, he referred to bookkeeping. And I was like, I love organizing stuff. I wouldn't mind organizing books. So then I went to Indeed and, I searched bookkeeping, and lo and behold, a whole bunch of accounting stuff came up. And I was like, accounting. So, but yeah, in the midst of me scrolling, I came across a teaching assistant opening. And I was like, yes, schools. I love being at schools. I love the culture of schools. I love the environment of being in the same place with the same people every day. And so, then I was set to maybe go to the school right next door to where I live, literally 2-minute walk from where I live, and basically ask, hey, if you're looking for any teaching assistants, I'm available. I was also going to, say, hey, if you need a music program, music teacher, I can help out in whatever way you may need. But before I could even do that, the day before I said to go, I got a message from the principal at the preschool at Urban Life, which is called Urban Kids Preschool or Urban Kids Edu Center. And so the whole of 2024, I was doing admin at the school, and it was amazing. And so that's what's led me now to pursuing an education degree at Wits. And it's been amazing so far. It's been so amazing. And I guess more on my experiences and thoughts on that as the channel continues. But for now, that's the backstory.
Woo, my battery's still fine.
It is day one of class. So excited. So, we are currently working on education, and yeah, it's been an amazing time. Just taking notes and all of it, annotating. I'm so grateful. Yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit of some of what I've been thinking. It's been really hard to be a person in the religious spaces that I need to be in. But by contrast, being at school is amazing, because even though I've started at a new church where nobody knows me, and I've started at a new school where nobody knows me, the desire I have to maintain a reputation is manifested in such different ways in both spaces. Like at school, I'm myself, I'm happy, I'm like helping where I can, but in my cell group at church, or when I come on a Sunday, I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody, because I feel like in religious spaces, there's a temptation for me, and I think I maybe project that onto the people that I'm encountering, that there's a reputation that we all want to uphold, to be a good Christian, to represent Jesus theologically, to be impressive in our theological understanding. And so it's been difficult to be a human in those spaces right now. So, due to the strikes taking place at Wits this week, I am at home. I was at home all day yesterday as well. It's Friday, so that's also quite convenient. And we are just working so nicely. Look at my sister's desk. Wow. Yep. I am, however, heading downstairs to the living room so that I can work from there, because my mom wants to use this now communal space, considering my sister is married and living at her own place, so she can't complain if this becomes like a workspace now, right? Yes, that was rhetorical. my goodness, I love this program, I love this degree, I love this school. I'm so grateful. I fixate and like obsess about a topic for like a few hours, maybe even like a few days or weeks or whatever. But with this program, I can obsess about a topic. And by that, I mean, there's so much content to cover. The amount of content and the work that I have to do for a specific subject is enough to keep me obsessing, like diving deeper. And then like when I'm bored, I can just pause and then move on to another subject and go, deep, deep, deep. So it's just so good. So good. So happy. And I'm like, oh dear. Yeah, normally when I get this happy, things come to like challenge either my motive or just to like remind me that things are unpredictable. So we'll see. But as for right now, as of today, the 21st of February, Friday, 2025, I'm so happy. So I just got back from one of 2 training sessions for the Gender Equity Office at Wits, and basically the department is specifically for sexual misconduct but also gender-based misconduct. So that means if you are being discriminated against by your gender or are facing abuse because of your gender. So it was very, very in depth. We did finish early. It was supposed to be from 8:30 to 3:30, but we finished at around 1:30. Let me get my notes. Oh, perfect. So we got spoken to by the psychosocial unit. The speaker, she explained to us what our role as advocates or volunteers is, and explained some terminology. So things like congruence, unconditional positivity, empathy, confidentiality, of course, but like breaking down, like, for example, with confidentiality, if there has been a situation of, then you would be able to bypass that right to confidentiality, because that would be an instance where life may be threatened. So similarly, in the case of being an endangerment to yourself or to others, then we would report that as well. So if there's a homicidal threat, it doesn't matter, the confidentiality would then be exempt from being used, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm trying to use big words and I don't need to. So basically our role as volunteers or advocates is the official term. Our role is just to refer them to say, here's where you go. We are the eyes and ears of the department, but we are not the department itself. We aren't advising, we aren't counseling. We are there to comfort, to listen to whatever someone has to share, but ultimately we direct them to the department. So that was good to know. I didn't know what to expect coming in. I thought it was going to be about like, what is gender type of thing, with like a breakdown of the policy in terms of what Wits believes about misconduct, but it was way more expansive in that regard, which was so good. I also thought that the department helps with discrimination cases in general, so outside of gender, but that's not the case. So I do want to be a part of something that's more specific to, let's say, if you're being discriminated against because of the language you speak or because of your religious beliefs, if there's an advocacy set up or system in place for those cases as well.